under the moon. I thank God I'm breathing, and then I pray, don't take me soon. I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't have to.
Hello, this is James Light. I'm an SCIC board member and a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Palos Verdes, California stake. Congratulations to all the awardees and honorees, and we of the church are very grateful to be a part of this wonderful family and community in the SCIC. Thank you.
It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood red trenches keep on moving though the water stay raging. In this way you can lose your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it face you. No way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life.
On behalf of the Baha'is of the South Bay, we'd like to congratulate the South Coast Interfaith Council on their 67th annual assembly.
And our children will play one day. Oh, one day. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't have to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day. One day. Oh, one day. Oh, one day. One day. Oh, one day. One day. Sometimes my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jonas Hayes of Grace First Presbyterian Church of Long Beach, and on behalf of the church I would like to thank this year's Spotlight honorees and COVID heroes. We're so thankful for your compassionate leadership during this very challenging year, and may the God in whom we call upon with many different names continue to guide us on the path of healing and restoration as we continue to serve in the name of our higher power.
I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't have to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day. Oh, one day.
They're holding it outside.
It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood red trenches keep on moving though the water stay raging. In this way you can lose your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it face you. No No way. Sometimes in my tears I drown.
Hey family, it's Wayne Chaney, pastor of Antioch Church in Long Beach. And I want to take a moment to thank SCIC for all of their amazing work, 67 years of helping to bridge difference in our city, seeing our common humanity and working together to bring about equity. Malia, thank you for this opportunity to extend blessings to this phenomenal group. God bless you, and I pray that you do your good work for years to come.
Under the moon, I thank God I'm breathing. And then I pray, don't take me soon. I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't have to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day. About win or lose, cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood red trenches keep on moving though the water stay raging. In this way you can lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it face you. No way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down, So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. Cause all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't have to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day.
Congratulations to our honorees tonight. Crew is grateful for our partnership with the South Coast Interfaith Council to pursue peace, justice, and compassion in our community.
It's not about win or lose, cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood red trenches keep on moving though the water stay raging. In this way you can lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it face you. No way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down, So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. Cause all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't have to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't have to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day. one day, one day, oh, one day, one day, one day, oh, one day, one day, one day. Sometimes my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down, get me down. Negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around.
Good afternoon and welcome to the South Coast Interfaith Council's 67th annual. My name is Sarah Dean, and a year ago, I was supposed to be sworn in and receive this president's gavel to officiate our meetings. But as the pandemic unfolded rapidly, we acted out of caution and care for our communities, canceling our annual assembly. I didn't receive a gavel until a couple of days ago. After all, you don't need a gavel when leading meetings on Zoom. This is purely ceremonial, it turns out. Over the first few months of the pandemic, our board brainstormed ways in which we could support those hurting most in our towns and ways to continue our work to cultivate communities of compassion through religious pluralism. We learned how to use our YouTube channel. We learned how to live stream our Interfaith Council events. I now have as much technology skills as my 6-year-old niece. We learned how to include and engage with individuals who previously were unseen and disconnected because of lack of accessibility. We paid more attention. And I pray that we continue that engagement, that as we round this corner through the pandemic and have more and more people vaccinated and hopefully return to gathering in person sometime in the next year, that we all continue to think about who is not present in our sacred spaces, that we continue to seek out the stories which aren't told. Alongside that growth and development, we also mourned with many of you. Many of you lost loved ones, some of you lost jobs, lost homes, lost connection. And it was in those interactions with grieving hearts that we found glimmers of God, the divine presence. To all of our SCIC family who have lost, we carry your stories with us as we press on into another year of facilitating peace and love between faith communities. This year's reminder from nature that we aren't in as much control as we think of our organizational calendars and schedules has really humbled us, we hope. And that might be why we were finally able, as an Interfaith Council, to deepen and expand relationships with local Indigenous tribes and peoples. We benefited from the teachings of the Tongva and Chumash in the fall. So today I am so grateful to introduce Jose Osuna of the Totorame community and Herminio Zuniga of the Iyotlan Chichimeca community to offer us an opening prayer from their Indigenous traditions.
Hello everybody, my name is Jose and I represent the Totorame community from the region which is now known as Mexico. This is my friend and my brother, Herminio. He comes from the Ayotlan Chichimeca region of what is now known as Mexico. First and foremost, we want to acknowledge the land, the unceded Tongva land that we sit on today. We want to honor those folks and the fact that they've taken care of this land for centuries. With that being said, today we're going to offer up a prayer. We will offer this prayer up in the form of a song. For us, smoke and songs represent prayer that are taken up to the Great Spirit. With that, I open the floor up to my brother, Herminio.
Thank you so much for that beautiful prayer. Now, my name is Milia Islam Majid, and I serve as the Executive Director of the South Coast Interfaith Council. And I want to take a moment and welcome all of you for joining us today for our 67th Annual Assembly, the first time ever on Zoom. So at this time, it is my absolute delight to introduce to you our keynote speaker, Shabnam Moghrabi. Now, Shabnam has nearly 20 years of experience in media building startups and organizations with an emphasis on entertainment, news media, digital content, and social platforms. She was most recently CEO of Soul Pancake, a media company and creative content studio that she co-founded with actor Rainn Wilson. And this company creates daily, positive, socially conscious videos about human connection for television and for online distribution. Now, these videos have had nearly 1 billion views online, which is phenomenal. Now, she's a frequent speaker on the importance of joy and how to connect with people in a meaningful way. She received her BA in journalism and business administration from the University of Southern California and her master's in media management from Northwestern University. So without further ado, please help me welcome Shabnam.
Hello, thank you so much for that very and happy Nowruz.
Shabnam, thank you so much for sharing your time with us on such a special day for your family. Happy Nowruz. We are so ready to step into this time of renewal and spring with you, with hearts filled with gratitude, hands ready for service, ready for growth. And if you haven't heard of Soul Pancake, I do recommend you check them out on YouTube. You will not be disappointed. It is now that time to honor and celebrate our very first Spotlight honoree of 2021. I'd like to invite my fellow board member, Richard Brehoff, to help introduce this incredible faith leader.
Hello, my name is Richard Brehoff. I'm a past president of SCIC. It's my pleasure to introduce Imam Abdul Hafiz. Imam Abdul Hafiz was born and raised in Gary, Indiana. He's a graduate of Tuskegee University, an historically black college in Alabama, and did his religious studies in Mecca and Riyadh. Following his studies, in 1987, he joined the Federal Bureau of Prisons, where, after 22 years of distinguished work and accomplishments, he retired in 2009. In 2012, the Islamic Shura Council of Southern California began a prison outreach and re-entry program where he now serves as director. He visits county jails in Los Angeles, Orange, and Kern counties, California state prisons from San Luis Obispo to Blythe, and federal prisons from Lompoc to Victorville, and now Homeland Security detention centers in Bakersfield and Adelanto, California. In June of 2019, he was asked to become imam at Masjid al-Sharif in Long Beach, California, where he had been an assistant to imam for 9 years. Imam Abdul Hafiz is a member of the advisory board of N Action Family Network, a community-based organization that assists homeless children and their families. He has been married to Haja Safia Abdul Hafiz for 42 years and has 2 adult daughters. Now, please welcome Imam Abdul Hafiz.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, full of praise and glory be His name. I send countless blessings on His Prophet Muhammad, Prophet Jesus, Prophet Moses, and all of the prophets that have been sent to man through our journey here on earth. May God bless you for this day in which it's Nowruz, which is the celebration of the Persian New Year, the solstice, the equinox of the spring. Millions are celebrating on this blessed day, and we are gathered to recognize those here in the South Bay for the efforts in which they have done this past year, and your acknowledgement, the South Coast Interfaith Council's work. May God bless you all. I accept this recognition, thanking my grandparents, Ardinia and James Leake, and my late mother, Barbara Leake Weston, for nurturing me to be the person in which I have become. And without the support of my wife, Masjid al-Sharif, I certainly would not have been able to do the work that I do, and working with the interfaith communities as well as our faith community. May God continue to bless each and every one of you, and for the efforts that the South Coast Interfaith Council does. It is a great honor that I am following my predecessors, Imam Harun Abdullah and the late Imam Amin Omar, who were committed and dedicated to the South Coast Interfaith Council and its work, and we continue to support that effort today at Masjid al-Sharif, wanting to be a partner in bringing all of the communities together. So may God continue to bless you and bless the work in which you do, and may the community continue to support the South Coast Interfaith Council's efforts of bringing us together as one community. God bless you. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Islamic Shura Council of Southern California and CARE LA, we congratulate the honorees Imam Abdul Hafiz and Alia Sheikh, and recognize all the amazing contributions of the South Coast Interfaith Council. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. I just wanted to say thank you to the South Bay Intercoast Council for honoring my husband, Abu Ishaq Abdul Hafiz, as one of the Faith Leaders of the Year. I appreciate you appreciating his hard work. Thank you so much.
Greetings and congratulations, Imam Abdul Hafiz. This is a well-deserved recognition by SCIC, and may God continue to accept all your efforts and grant you health, security, and protection. Assalamu alaikum.
All right. Congratulations, Imam Abdul Hafiz. You are such an inspiration to so many of us. In fact, all the honorees this afternoon and this evening are really just examples of people that we hope to follow. So thank you so much for all your work. It is truly appreciated. So this annual assembly, traditionally, as many of you know, this was held in person, which all of our events were held in person. But because of the pandemic, we had to work and see how we can translate something that's a live event, that we're in person together, to something that's over the computer and the screen. So what we try to do is keep some of the elements of our annual assembly still present in this program today. And one of the things is this annual assembly is not just an opportunity to honor these phenomenal individuals, but it's really also a business meeting. And what that means is that there's some things that we have to do that are related kind of to the day-to-day business of the organization. And one of those things is introducing the SCIC Board of Directors to our community. So at this time, Sarah, I want to ask you to please pull that. There you go. These individuals that you see here in these little circles and these little bubbles, these are the people that oftentimes are behind the scenes, but they are the ones that truly bring the programs to its fruition. These are the individuals who are literally up at night, as board member Carol Widener was last night at 3 a.m, proofreading the annual report. And these are the people that are calling everyone to seek support of the council. And it really is nothing short of an honor to have them be part of the SCIC family. They are the ones who brought this challenging year, this last year that we had, which was challenging. It was challenging for really all nonprofits. But because of their work, because of their dedication, because of their commitment to interfaith unity, not only did we survive, but we truly thrived in a year that was just filled with challenges. So I want to kind of introduce you to all of them via this picture. And I hope that as the year continues, that you will also have an opportunity to engage one-on-one with them as well. This is also an opportunity for us to introduce our new board members. So Sarah, I'm going to ask you to put another slide up that introduces our new coming board members who are entering. Yes. So there we go. So every year during the annual assembly, one of the things that we do is we also introduce new board members to the community. And this year we are so honored and we are so grateful and so excited to have 4 amazing such individuals. Seema Ali, who's the president of the Interfaith Task Force, Dr. DJ Singh, who is from the Sikh community, herself a practicing physician, Cheryl Falk, who is from the Memorial Care Long Beach Medical Center Spiritual Care Center, the director of the spiritual care. So we're so honored to have her. And we are very honored also to have Peter Aziz, who represents the Coptic community here in Southern California. So these 4 individuals will be welcomed into the family of the SCIC insofar as the board of directors. And we are so grateful and we are so thankful for them to be part of who we are as the council. I also want to take a minute here to introduce our staff. You guys know me, I'm the director, but as you can see, there's Cheryl Benz, who is the office administrator extraordinaire. She gets everything done, and I don't know how, but she's amazing and we love her. And so there's Cheryl, and there's also Melody O'Keefe, who is our accountant, our controller, who very, very much makes sure that we are on top of everything when it comes to our finances, which is also, of course, very, very important. So what I want to do right now, all these pictures and these information about our board members will actually be available on our website as well as in the annual report. But what I'd like to do right now is just to take a minute and introduce, in fact, Cheryl Benz, who is our office administrator, who will actually be introducing the Women of the Year to us. So Cheryl.
Growing up and teaching in Compton, Dr. Billie Jo Moore was deeply impacted by the personal challenges her students faced. Consequently, in her role as peer counselor, director of EOP, and a faculty member of Compton College, she developed programs aimed at empowering students to realize their true value. Dr. Moore is also a lay leader in the Long Beach SGI Buddhist community and its cultural department. Now retired, she speaks on and engages in the work of diversity and social justice.
I would like to express my humble appreciation and acceptance of this recognition by the South Coast Interfaith Council, particularly because I have deep respect for the vision and values this organization is based upon and the work that is done to uplift and enlighten our greater communities. The mission, values, and vision of the South Coast Interfaith Council are very much needed, not only in our communities, but in greater American society as well. A society at the crossroads of division, fear, systemic racism, economic inequalities, exhaustion, and hopelessness. The podcasts and webinars hosted by this organization over the past year in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic have been educational, informative, and uplifting. I am fortunate to have participated in one of them. Thank you. As I look back at my 36 years in education, I can earnestly say it was 36 years well spent. I am overwhelmed with deep appreciation for having an opportunity to grow and expand my capacity as a human being at Compton Community College. It is where I evolved spiritually as a practitioner of Nichiren Buddhism and a member of SGI USA. It is also where I grew academically and professionally. I began my career at Compton Community College as a part-time peer counselor while still in graduate school. Having grown up in Compton, I felt it was an opportunity to repay my debt of gratitude to the community where I was raised. On one occasion, while meeting with a student who quite bluntly informed me that she was ashamed to be African American, I realized something had to be done to dispel what obviously was disinformation and a lack of facts on African American contributions to society. So after consultation with the dean of my department, I started hosting cultural enrichment programs, first with just African American content, and later I began to expand them to highlight the cultures and contributions of other racial and ethnic groups. Based on a foundation of faith and praying fervently, applying principles of my Buddhist practice to daily life, and having a mentor in faith, Daisaku Ikeda, president of the SGI International, I developed a strong sense of mission to understand the hearts of students while teaching the subject matters to the best of my ability. When I reflect over the course of 16 years in administration, developing cultural enrichment programs and diversity programs, and 20 years in the classroom, I can honestly say that the students were the impotence of my growth, as they forced me to challenge myself as a person in faith in ways that I may not have with any other career path or any other place. It is my Buddhist practice that inspired a sense of mission to give back to my community where I grew up, but it was the students who enabled me to open my heart based on their life experience and their personal challenges. On this day, March 21st, 2021, in celebration of the Persian New Year, Nowruz, which means new day, new beginning, let's all spread hope to all those we encounter. Thank you.
Congratulations, Billy, from all your SGI friends. We are so proud of you. The way you commit yourself to social justice and empowering the youth to achieve their dreams inspires us every single day. You are the Woman of the Year, year 2021, the year of hope and victory. We love you. Congratulations, Billy.
I'm Jasmine, and I'd like to congratulate my mother, Dr. Moore, on winning this amazing award and thank her for serving our community with such love and devotion.
Amelia, you're muted. Oops. Quote of the year.
It can't be a Zoom meeting if someone's not muted, right? So there we go. But thank you so much, Dr. Moore, for all that you do in creating a world that's really that's really defined by equity and by justice for everyone. I remember years ago, Jasmine was actually one of our youth volunteers. She used to help us with all of our dinners and our events, and now she's away in college, no doubt, on her way to changing the world, much like her mother as well. So what I said a little bit ago in regards to this annual assembly being also kind of like a meeting, a business meeting, one of the other important things that happens during this program and during this meeting is that the current board members who you saw pictures of, as well as the new board members and the staff who you also saw pictures of, they renew their commitment to the mission of the SCIC, that of creating this communities of compassion among people of different faiths, among people of different cultures, through service and through celebration and through education. So to do this, I want to introduce Reverend Dr. Reinhard Krause, who is the Executive Director of the Academy for Judaic, Christian, and Islamic Studies, and a very dear and beloved friend of the SCIC. I want to ask him, he will actually be leading us in what's called the renewal of commitment by the staff, continuing and new board members of the SCIC. Now, typically, if we were in a physical setting together, what this would mean is all the board members and the staff, we would all go up on stage, we would say hello, we would hug each other, do all these great things, and someone would have to make us get off the stage so we can continue the program, but obviously that's not the case today. So what we'd like to do today is when Reinhard will say the oath out loud, and I invite our board members and our staff to repeat after him silently on your own so that we don't have 30-some voices fighting with one another. So please, Reinhard, we welcome you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Milia. It is so wonderful to be with you and with the whole South Coast Interfaith family, and it's a great honor. The South Coast Interfaith Council is so close to my heart. And I'm honored to lead the oath. And as Milia said, please leave your mics muted and speak loudly when I ask you the question. You have been selected for positions of leadership and trust in the South Coast Interfaith Council. You are to see that the words and deeds of this interfaith community reflect the statement of vision and values and the mission as set forth in the Constitution and bylaws of the SCIC. You are to work together as leaders and be diligent in seeing that the South Coast Interfaith Council and its programs are of service to its constituency and to the community. You are to be the examples of faith, active in love, as you help maintain the life and harmony of the South Coast Interfaith Council. On behalf of the greater interfaith family, I therefore ask you, are you ready to accept and faithfully to carry out the duties of the offices to which you have been elected? If so, please answer, yes, I will, with my faith to guide me. I now declare you installed or renewed as board members of and staff of the South Coast Interfaith Council. May you be abundantly blessed during your time of service to this Interfaith Council and to our community.
Hello, Steve. Thank you so much, Reinhard.
This gavel has been especially heavy during the pandemic. Under its weight, I've had to grow and stretch alongside the SCIC. I am so grateful for the experience and for our incredible staff for their support and guidance, but I'm especially hopeful and excited as I pass the gavel on to you, Susan Brooks, our next SCIC president.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm looking forward to leading this group this year as we hopefully come out of this pandemic and look forward to a time we can meet in the near future, hopefully in person, and looking forward to expanding the work that we've been doing around social justice, supporting our community through the ups and downs of this last year, and generating even newer and more exciting programs as we go into 2021 and 2022. Thank you so much, Sarah, for all that you've done.
And we did our first virtual gavel swap for the South Coast Interfaith Council. Yay!
Yay!
Hi, my name is Malik Gwadri, and it is an honor to introduce today Reverend Mark Pettis, who serves as the Ecumenical and Interfaith Relations Manager for the United Church of Christ. In this role, he is responsible for guiding and coordinating the ecumenical and interfaith relations of the national setting of the denomination. He also sits on the Coordinating Committee for Churches United in Christ, and as a participant in the National Council of Churches, National Council of Synagogues, Jewish-Christian Dialogue. The list goes on and on. Please let's all give a warm welcome to Reverend Mark Pettis. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Mark Pettis, and I am privileged to be with you this evening as you celebrate this General Assembly and as you honor folks for the work that they do in the interfaith world in our region here in the South Bay. It really is a great pleasure to join you, to witness the work that the South Coast Interfaith Council has been doing and continues to do. In my role as senior minister at Manhattan Beach Community Church, we had the opportunity to do some amazing interfaith work, working with our local synagogue congregation, Tikvat Jacob, as well as Pacifica Institute. We had opportunities to come together, to do meals together, to do learning together. And that is really what interfaith engagement and conversation is all about. Finding ways to connect, to learn from one another, to be with one another, and to just expand our own worlds that much more. That's why I'm so in awe of the work that is done by the South Coast Interfaith Council, the work you do to educate, to bring together in fellowship, to advocate for relationships across faith lines is so important in our time. And it really is a true honor to be a part of that. And so I thank you for this honor for me, but more than for me, it really is for the entire congregation that I served in Manhattan Beach. A congregation dedicated to learning from one another in interfaith circles and from spending that time together that is so truly meaningful. I am just so excited to be with you this evening, and I'm humbled to receive this award from you as your Man of the Year. So I say thank you, and I say blessings on your continued work as you make our region that much more beautiful and meaningful for people of all faiths.
Hi, Mark. Your message of acceptance is more important now than ever before. Thank you for being our minister. Bye.
My name is Elena Larson. I serve as the senior minister of the First Congregational Church of Long Beach, a founding member congregation of the South Coast Interfaith Council by virtue of the leadership of Dr. Emerson Hangen. We are so proud of Mark Pettis, and we celebrate his contribution. And since I am also his wife, I just have to say, way to go, honey.
Thank you so much, Mark. I know that Mark, you and your wife, Elena, you guys are actually soon will be moving to the Midwest, which is where I'm from. So we wish you the best of luck and only the best as you start this new chapter in your life in the Midwest. One of the things I wanted to remind everyone today during this annual assembly is, again, this was a time when we shared our annual report with you. Essentially, things that we accomplished in 2020, challenges that we may have had in 2020, all of that just put together in a report that we share with all of you. We are happy to say that we still do have the annual report, the 2021 annual report. And in fact, in it, you will see that we listed all the main accomplishments of the council this past year, explanations of the programs that we provided, as well as a full financial statement. We are fully cognizant of the fact that our organization exists because you, our supporters, donate towards it so that we can create programs like this. And we take that responsibility very seriously. So all these programs, all the various events and services that we do, it's really a result of what you've given to us, and we thank you for that. And we want to be held accountable for that as well. And so in our financial report, which is part of the annual report itself, you will find a full financial statement in there, in addition to all the explanations of the programs and things that we've done. So I want to remind you that the annual report will actually be available online this next week. And also this next week, everyone who is registered for this assembly today, you will receive a digital copy of the annual report as well. So I very much implore you and invite you to read through that report. If there's any questions that you may have, if there's suggestions of ways that we can better serve you, of new programs that we can have, please know we're just an email or a phone call away. So after the conclusion of the event today, what we'll do is we'll share that on our website as well as email that to you. And that will give you a nice synopsis of SCIC, the pandemic year in 2020. So right now, as we continue with our honorees and honoring these astounding individuals in our community, I want to welcome one of my absolute favorite people ever, SCIC board member Sam Schulman, who will introduce us to the youth of the year. So Sam.
The South Coast Interfaith Council is proud to present the 2020 Youth of the Year Award to our friend Aliyah Sheikh. Aliyah recently graduated from Cal State Long Beach with a degree in international studies and has played an integral role in her community. Today, we are honoring her for her outstanding work with Jobs to Move America, a policy center that works to transform public spending and corporate behavior rooted in racial and economic justice and community organizing. We are proud to be able to honor Aliyah, showing her that her hard work definitely does not go unnoticed. From all of us at the South Coast Interfaith Council, keep up the tremendous work.
Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon all of you who are attending this event. I just want to express how deeply honored I am to be selected as Youth of the Year by South Coast Interfaith Council. And I'm especially grateful to Sarah Dean for nominating me and following my work. In my life, my faith has definitely been a guiding force in deciding what I would pursue. And it helped me understand that I would find purpose in work that advances egalitarianism and justice. Luckily for me, my parents and the religious community that I grew up in always prioritized interfaith dialogue and gave me many opportunities for interfaith experiences and learning. Without that addition to my developing worldview, I think I would be in a very different place, or a very different person. When I was in college, I started participating in the Muslim Student Association. I remember asking in my first semester, when are we going to do an interfaith event? I couldn't understand why there wasn't some sort of programming or dedicated person in the organization to specifically focus on building interfaith relationships or with other student organizations in general. I think in our desire to socialize amongst ourselves and to challenge Islamophobia and be a resource to other students about Islam, we forgot that relationships and shared experiences with others would help accomplish those things too. So after my first semester, I asked if an interfaith coordinator position could be made on the board and if I could be that person. So although the kind of organizing that I did throughout my time in the MSA changed over time, To be a bit more focused on social justice issues, the interfaith work was the beginning that helped me form relationships all over campus with other students of faith, clergy, faculty, and university administration. And those formative experiences led me to pursue community organizing professionally in the Los Angeles area. I've been fortunate enough to be able to work in this field and organize in coalitions of labor unions, environmental groups, transit and housing advocates, and faith-based organizations. And I've learned even more about how the support of religious institutions is critical for solving the social justice issues of our time. Labor strikes do better with the support of local churches and the community turning out to support workers. Organizations like DSA in pre-COVID times wouldn't be able to gather in a space without houses of worship allowing them to meet there. We need more of this kind of solidarity, and I hope that I can continue to build it. So with that, I again want to thank South Coast Interfaith Council for recognizing me, and since we are on the cusp of spring, I wanted to say Happy Nowruz to those who are celebrating, and that with more vaccines being distributed throughout the year, that we can have a little more hope of renewal and rebirth after this tough collective experience that we've all endured. Thank you again. Salams.
Congratulations, Alia, for being recognized by the South Coast Interfaith Council.
We love you and we're proud of you.
Keep up the great work.
Hi, my name is Juveya Sayed Razak, and I just wanted to say congrats to Alia for getting recognized as the Youth of the Year from the South Coast Interfaith Council. I went to Cal State Long Beach with Alia, and I have seen her as board member and MSA president, and I have seen her when I worked with her as when I was vice president and she was the president for the Interfaith Project on campus. And that was so many years ago, and over the years I've been able to see Alia grow so much, mashallah, and I definitely believe that you deserve this award, and I'm so happy that you were able to get recognized for all of your hard work, mashallah. Congratulations again.
Hold your head up high. Always reach for that sliver of light. Be grateful for each day, 'cause being together makes us better. All being together makes us better. Oh, oh, we're stronger this way. Oh, oh, together we grow stronger every day. Fill your cup with love. Always lead from the center of your heart. Lift each other up, 'cause being together makes us better. All being together makes us better. Oh, oh, we're stronger this way. Oh, oh, together we grow stronger every day. Reach out now, take someone's hand. Everything we have, 'cause being together makes us better. Being together makes us better. Oh, oh, we're stronger this way. Oh, oh, together we grow stronger. Together we grow stronger every day.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Abby, for that very joyful song. It is the perfect opening for my part, because another thing that brings me great joy is to talk about the SCIC. So what is the SCIC? Well, Abby's song says it all. Being together makes us better, because the SCIC is a group of very committed individuals on a mission building bridges to bring people of different faiths and cultures together through service, education, and celebration. That is our mission. And each one of you too, as our members, play a very important role in that advancement of our mission. And we are so grateful for the donations you have made to SCIC and your support of the SCIC and continued support. So today, once again, I want to ask for your support. By making a donation, you will keep us going or help keep us going throughout this year. So at the end of my speech, there will be a survey that comes up on your screen. This survey is your opportunity to show your support for the SCIC. It's very easy. The survey has a couple of statements. And to show your support for SCIC, choose the statement, yes, I want to make a donation to SCIC. That will be your pledge to us, and we will follow up on this pledge with you sometime in the next coming weeks. So last year, at the times of isolation and despair, I was so grateful to have the SCIC programs to turn to. Engaging in the interfaith dialogue cafes, listening to our COVID heroes and champions of justice on courageous conversations, and really, digging deep within myself during the Native Wisdom program to find that gratitude and hope. All of that really kept me going. So at the start of Nowruz and the start of our new calendar year, the installation of the new board members, we are challenging ourselves once again to meet the needs of you, our members, and of our community. But we do need your help. I look forward to working with you all again this year, all of you again this year. But please look for that survey on your screen. And thank you once again for your kind consideration. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Patty. So I am now going to attempt for the first time to use the poll function on a Zoom meeting. So if it's your first time responding to it, we're all learning together. So let's see, I'm going to go ahead and launch it, and I'll give everyone a minute or so to respond to it. Thanks, Rebecca. Yay, I can see people responding. Thank you, friends. The survey should have popped up on your screen, as Patty mentioned. I hope many of you are able to click the yes to make a donation to help support our work. And those of you who are not able to, we see you, we hear you, we feel you. This has been a really difficult year, but we appreciate your presence. We appreciate your love and your amplification of our work. Too bad I don't know how to sing, Milia. We should have had someone assign that task to provide entertainment.
Sarah, I'm not sure if us singing would increase the donations or if they might reconsider taking donations. So
my kids are so cruel. They love it when my husband sings. And I tried the slide spin. They're like, Mom, please stop. Useless. Hey, Steve, I saw you unmuted yourself. Are you going to sing for us?
No, but I was going to say when I was a kid, my brothers and I had a concert in our basement. It was free to get in, but $5 to get out.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. Friends, for those of you who don't know, that's Reverend Steve Wilson from Pacific Unitarian Church, another member, a board member of the SCIC. And I think that might be a pretty good fundraising idea, Sarah. I don't know. We get us in a room, have us singing, and pay to get out, right?
After the pandemic. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I can see many of you have kindly responded to the poll. So I'm going to end the poll, and then I'm going to invite Carol. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Let me find Carol.
Gerda Krebs-Seifer was born in Poland, an only child living an idyllic life with parents she loved. In 1939, when she was 12 years old, the Germans bombed and occupied her city, and life changed drastically. Her parents found people to hide her, and her life was spared. After the war, Gerda moved to England, where she learned English and trained as a nurse. After 5 years, she immigrated to New York, where she met and married Harold Seifer. In 1956, the couple moved to Long Beach for 1 year and stayed. Gerda has been a force for good in many ways through the years. For decades, she has shared her Holocaust experience with the community, schools and universities, synagogues, and churches. She shares a message of peace, hope, and tolerance to as many people as possible. It is with honor and respect that the South Coast Interfaith Council presents the SAGE Award to Gerda Krebs Seifer.
Good evening. I'm honored tonight to accept this wonderful award by the South Coast Interfaith Council for the Sage of the Year Award. And I have a sage message for you to go along with this award. When I speak to students about my experiences as a Holocaust survivor, the one advice I always give them is, don't judge people by their color, by their religion, by their accent, or even political views. Rather, try to get to know them. Get to know what's inside them. I've talked to many groups for many years, from the early 1970s, with all kinds of experiences, and I even spoken in jail. And the advice I give everyone is the same. We must overcome hate together as a community. I know firsthand what it is like to be pointed out as a subhuman and to find my entire family condemned to death simply because they were Jewish. Out of 38 people in our immediate family, only 2 survived Nazi occupation, and I was one of them. And that is why I say we must all stand up together. Those who use religion, race, or even politics, political views, to discriminate, to hate, and to divide us. You know, I think it can start with just a simple conversation with one another, hearing their opinion, not hate, and trying to understand each other. We can accomplish a great deal. So thank you so much for getting this award, giving me this award, and for participating in tonight's event. If we stand up together to prejudice and bigotry, we can accomplish a great deal. So let's learn from the past, and together we can accomplish much more. Thank you very much.
Gerda, on behalf of Temple Menorah, I want to wish you a Mazal Tov, congratulations on your Sage of the Year award. I am so grateful and inspired by your dedication to sharing your story with so many people of all ages, encouraging everyone to look beyond the surface so that they can help build a world not just of tolerance, but of acceptance and understanding. Congratulations.
Hi, Gerda. It's Cantor Haas. On behalf of Temple Israel and all who love you, we congratulate you. There is no one more deserving. Lucy also wants to say something. again, Mazel Tov. We're so proud.
Many congratulations to you, Gerda. You truly are an inspiration to so many of us, and we are so blessed to have you as a part of our interfaith community. Now, June Andrew Rose is another such individual, someone we're so incredibly grateful to have as part of our greater community here. We honor him today as our COVID hero for his dedication to the care of his patients. June is the youngest of 5 children with a healthcare background and a degree in architecture. Originally from the Philippines, he currently lives in St. Pedro. A certified nursing attendant, June attends to dozens of hospital patients, each having a dozen different requirements and each afflicted with COVID-19. For his stamina, wisdom, and compassion that he needs, he chants every day, employing his SGI Buddhist practices. He loves community outreach and creating floral and graphic pieces for which he actually has won many awards. In the Philippines, he volunteered with Adopt a Student, Make-A-Wish Foundation, and the Red Cross. For his incredibly selfless commitment to the care of those who are afflicted with this COVID-19 virus, oftentimes putting his own life in harm's way, we honor June today as COVID Hero.
Thank you, South Coast Interfaith Council, for this COVID Hero Award. When I moved here from the Philippines in 2003, home care was the profession that I pursued. I worked as a caregiver for the elderly for many years. I changed careers last year in March and started to work as a nurse attendant in a hospital in Torrance. This was also the time when we started to experience crisis with the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. The challenging situation in my job as a nurse attendant changed my life and had awakened me to my mission. It's a new awakening on how I can contribute and serve my community by doing my best at work and treat my patients with respect and dignity that they deserve. I am grateful and honored to accept this award, and I would like to share this to all frontline workers and everybody else who are making great causes behind the scenes fighting this pandemic. With so much gratitude in my heart, thank you so much again, South Coast Council, for this recognition. More power to your organization in creating communities of compassion among people of different faiths and cultures through service, education, and celebration. I also wanted to thank Patty Heckman for the support. A quote from my life mentor, Soka Gakkai International President Daisaku Ikeda. He said, "When we care for others, our own strength to live increases. When we help people expand their state of life, our lives also expand. Actions to benefit others are not separate from actions to benefit oneself." The award you gave me ignited my heart with more compassion to fulfill my mission in helping others, and courage to always do my very best in my job in the front line. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, June, from all your SGI friends. We are so proud of you, the way you challenge yourself and risk your own health every single day for the sake of others. Truly, is so commendable. We really are inspired by you. You are our hero. Every single day, you are our hero. Thank you, June. We miss you.
Thank you so much, June, for who you are and what you do. We're so grateful to you. Now, we're aware that there are so many COVID heroes that are amongst us, from healthcare providers to teachers to first responders and grocery store clerks and farmers, and the list really just goes on and on. But I want to take this moment and this opportunity right now to highlight 3 honorable mentions, that of Dr. Lauren Silvanovich from St. Mary's Medical Center, where she is an ER physician, Nathan Wynn, an ICU nurse at Long Beach Memorial Hospital, and Dr. Andrew Shen of Torrance Memorial Hospital's Bioethics Committee. Now, we honor them today for their ongoing dedication to providing invaluable and excellent care to those who are afflicted with COVID-19. I also want to take this moment to say that we're actually going to have a special program about COVID heroes in which we will share more information about these 3 amazing individuals, as well as other incredible individuals, incredible COVID heroes that are that's in our community. Now, this program will be on August 8th, and more information will certainly follow. So as we bring this program to an end, I just want to take a moment and a minute to express my endless gratitude. Most certainly to the Board of Directors, to the South Coast Interfaith Council Board of Directors, to Cheryl Benz, our SCIC Office Administrator, the Annual Assembly Committee, all the sponsors and advertisers, Armand Ismaili and his amazing tech team, and to all the honorees for your inspirational work. Most specifically, I would like to thank outgoing President Dr. Sarah Dean, who was instrumental in this organization not only surviving, but thriving throughout 2020. And I want to welcome SCIC 2021 President Susan Brooks, who I know will continue to guide the Interfaith Council to excel this year and beyond. But most importantly, I want to thank you, our supporters, for continuing to believe in the mission of this council and ensuring that we continue to exist year after year with your support and with your kindness. We are truly blessed to have you as a member of our SCIC Interfaith family. Now, at this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Rini Ghosh to offer the closing prayer.
Namaste. The divine in me honors the divine in each one of you. My name is Rini Ghosh, and I belong to the Hindu faith, the Vedanta school of Hinduism. I'm so proud of SCIC and its amazing work, fostering peace, compassion, trust, providing and advocating for the poor, homeless, the marginalized people, even in these pandemic times. I've been a part of this council for innumerable number of years. I love my SCIC family and would urge each one of you to become a part of the family too. I'm so honored to be offering the closing prayers tonight. This prayer is a Sanskrit mantra to the divine feminine power, Narayani, the cause which makes every new awakening auspicious. The Divine Mother is the conscious principle which brings forth this physical universe. She is time, space, and causation, blessed refuge of the distressed. We surrender ourselves at her lotus feet, praying for divine help and guidance to chase away all negative issues. Peace, peace, peace. So here is the prayer. Om Sarva Mangalya Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namastute Srishti Sthiti Vinashanam Shakti Bhute Sanatani Gunasre Gunamay Narayani Namastute Sharanagata Dinartha Paritrana Parayani Sarvasyarthi Hare Devi Narayani Namastute. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's my honor to accept the role of President of the South Coast Interfaith Council. The last 12 months have been challenging for us all, to say the least. Yet the council has remained viable and vibrant through the dedicated leadership of Amelia and the amazing help of our talented office administrator, Cheryl. On behalf of the entire board, I extend our praise and gratitude to our outgoing president, Sarah Dean. Sarah provided the vision along with endless empathy and compassion to shepherd programs addressing hate and inequity in our society. She helped the council pivot to the world of Zoom programming, through which we reached a much wider audience. Both the breadth and depth of programming, old and new, offered opportunities for learning, social justice, and communal support during this time of disruption in our lives. There is a teaching in Judaism that says, you are not obligated to complete the work, but neither are you free to desist from it. Even though Sarah is a Muslim, she so completely embodies this teaching. There is always so much work to do, and Sarah never shied away from any of it. I look forward to her continued guidance in the year to come. I also want to thank our board of directors with whom I am so proud to serve. They are some of the most generous people I've ever worked with. With only 2 paid staffers, these volunteers made some true magic happen this last year. Alongside the generosity of our board is that of our donors. In light of the financial hardships that closed the doors of so many nonprofits this year, we are so grateful for our generous donors that dug deep and allowed us to keep operating during the pandemic. We can never thank you enough. Although we still have several months of restrictions and challenges ahead of us, in this time of rebirth that the spring brings, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel and the possibility of gathering once again in person. While we continue to offer programs on Zoom, even after the pandemic, I speak for the entire board and staff when I say I look forward to seeing you all in person for next year's annual assembly, and if all goes well, much sooner than that. Happy Nowruz. I hereby call this 2021 annual assembly to a close. Thank you all for joining us.
Sometimes I lay under the moon, I thank God I'm breathing, and then I pray, don't take me soon, I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't have to.
Hello, this is James Light. I'm an SCIC board member and a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Palos Verdes, California stake. Congratulations to all the awardees and honorees, and we of the church are very grateful to be a part of this wonderful family and community in the SCIC. Thank you.
It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood red trenches keep on moving though the water stay raging. In this way, you can lose your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it face you, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, 'cause all
On behalf of the Baha'is of the South Bay, we'd like to congratulate the South Coast Interfaith Council on their 67th annual assembly.
And our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't have to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day. One day, oh, one day, one day, one day. Oh, sometimes my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down, get me down.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jonas Hayes of Grace First Presbyterian Church of Long Beach. And on behalf of the church, I would like to thank this year's Spotlight honorees and COVID heroes. We're so thankful for your compassionate leadership during this very challenging year. And may the God in whom we call upon with many different names continue to guide us on the path of healing and restoration as we continue to serve in the name of our higher power.
I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't have to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood red trenches keep on moving though the water stay raging. In this way, you can lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it face you, no way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown.
Hey family, it's Wayne Chaney, pastor of Antioch Church in Long Beach. And I want to take a moment to thank SCIC for all of their amazing work, 67 years of helping to bridge difference in our city, seeing our common humanity and working together to bring about equity. Malia, thank you for this opportunity to extend blessings to this phenomenal group. God bless you, and I pray that you do your good work for years to come.
Under the moon, I thank God I'm breathing, and then I pray, don't take me soon. I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't have to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood red trenches keep on moving though the water stay raging. In this way, you can lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it face you, no way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down, So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. Cause all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't have to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day. One day, oh, one day, one day, one day.
Congratulations to our honorees tonight. Crew is grateful for our partnership with the South Coast Interfaith Council to pursue peace, justice, and compassion in our community.
About win or lose, cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood red trenches keep on moving though the water stay raging. In this way, you can lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it face you, no way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down, So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. Cause all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't have to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day. One day, oh, one day, one day, one day. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't have to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day. One day, oh, one day, one day, one day. Sometimes my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down, Negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around.